Most people will ignore this message, most people will scroll away, most people will live average lives, die with regrets, and never know what it's like to touch greatness. But you're not most people, are you? Before we begin, motivation blessing needs your power. Like this video. If you're done settling, comment a motivational phrase you've created yourself. Not a quote. Your words. Do it several times. Show the algorithm you're not part of the 99%. Let your words speak your future. Now, let's begin. They lied to you. From the moment you could speak, the system started programming you to lose. Your parents, your teachers, your surroundings. They didn't mean to sabotage you, but they did. They told you to be realistic. To play it safe.to, blend in.to, avoid risk.to, never question authority. They told you that security was better than freedom, that comfort was better than power, that following the crowd would lead you to success. Let me tell you something they'll never say in school. The crowd is broke, the crowd is weak, the crowd is lost, the crowd is exactly where you don't want to be. Welcome to the mental prison of the 99%. The 99% live in a cycle of fear and scarcity. They wake up tired, chase money with no plan, scroll aimlessly, and beg for permission to live their dreams. They're addicted to distractions.to, junk food.to, quick dopamine.to, fake success and surface-level comfort. They are mentally unemployed. They work jobs they hate to buy things they don't need to impress people they don't like. They wait for weekends. They live for Netflix. They celebrate mediocrity, and yet, they wonder why they're stuck. But you have a choice right now. You can shatter the program. You can awaken the 1% inside you, because the truth is, you were born rich in potential, but the virus of average infected you, and unless you delete it from your mind, you'll die. With dreams buried inside you, let me show you how the mind of the 99% was hacked. You were told to obey.to, avoid pain.to, take the path of least resistance.to, be a good boy, a good girl, and never question the rules. The system made you believe failure is bad, that risk is dangerous, that money is hard, that wealth is evil. All lies. The truth: failure is fuel, risk is freedom. Money is a magnet, and wealth is your birthright. If you wake up, now listen closely, there are invisible scripts running in your head. They sound like this: what if I fail? I'm not good enough. I don't have time. I don't have the money. It's too late for me. Do you see the virus? Every excuse is a decision to stay poor. So how do you break free? You reprogram your identity. You start asking one question every day: would the 1% version of me make this decision? When your alarm goes off at 5 a.m., when your friends invite you to waste another weekend, when your mind tells you to quit because it's hard, ask: would the 1% version of me give up now? That question will destroy your old self. Here's a truth bomb: most people want success, but they're not willing to kill who they are to become who they must be, and that's why they lose. The 1%, they're killers, not of people, of habits, excuses, distractions, and the weak identity that once chained them. They kill who they were to resurrect who they're destined to become. Let me give you an example. Point: two people. Same age. Same city. Same intelligence. One becomes a millionaire at 25. The other is 35, still blaming life, working a job, and posting quotes about success with no results. What's the difference? Not intelligence, not luck, not talent, decision. The 1% made the decision to suffer now and shine later. The 99% made the decision to avoid pain and stay average forever. Let me be raw with you. If you're not willing to do what's uncomfortable, if you're not willing to be different, if you're not willing to be obsessed, then shut this video off. Go back to sleep, scroll to your next dopamine hit. But if you're still here, then you've already started to break the chains. Now say this with me. Say it out loud: I am not like them. I am not the 99%. I was not born to blend in. I was born to rise, born to rule, born to build an empire they'll never forget. Repeat it until your soul starts to believe it, because this world doesn't need more people. It needs more lions, more leaders, more creators, more chosen ones. You are the chosen one. If you choose yourself. Let's do a mirror test tonight. Look into your eyes in the mirror and ask: am I building the life I want, or the one they told me to settle for? The 99% obey emotions, the 1% control them, the 99% wait to feel motivated. The 1% act even when they're broken, tired, or scared. The truth is brutal: motivation is weak. Obsession is immortal. That if you want to rise above mediocrity, you need to kill motivation and birth obsession. Let me ask you, do you think Elon Musk wakes up every morning, feeling like it? Do you think billionaires sit around waiting for the perfect moment to strike? No, they build while others sleep. They strike when it's hard. They invest when others run. They dominate when others doubt. You are a weapon. But only if you train your mind like a killer. Now listen closely. The 1% are dangerous, not because they're born special, but because they rewire how they think. Here are the psychological pillars of the 1%. 1. They detach from emotions. They don't care if you like them. They don't care if you mock them. They don't care if they're misunderstood. The 99% seek approval. The 1% seek results. Stop asking for validation. Stop explaining yourself. Stop trying to be you. Understood by people who haven't done a damn thing with their lives. You don't need applause. You need PowerPoint too. They use pain as fuel. While others run from pain, the 1% run toward it. They don't avoid failure. They dissect it. They crave rejection, because every scar becomes armor. Your pain is either going to poison you, or push you. Which will it be? 3. They reframe suffering. The 99% say, why is this happening to me? The 1% say, what is this building in me? Suffering is the tuition you pay for greatness. There is no success without sacrifice. That if you're comfortable, you're losing. Growth only comes when you're bleeding, doubting, breaking, and continuing anyway. Point 4. They obsess. The 1% don't chase balance. They chase dominance. That they're not scrolling Instagram. That they're not binge-watching shows. That they're not busy gossiping about other people's lives. They are locked in, addicted to improvement, obsessed with execution. They live like gladiators. Every day is war. And guess what? They love the war. If your answer makes you sick, good, because sickness brings hunger. Hunger brings change. Change brings power. And power builds empires. Let me give you an example. Elon Musk was bullied, beaten, humiliated. He spent his childhood in fear. Now, he runs companies that reshape civilization. Why? Because he turned his trauma into fire. He trained his mind to embrace chaos. He says, I thrive on fear. He understands something the 99% never will. When you stop fearing fear, you become unstoppable. Now here's the next dark truth. Your brain is lying to you. It's trying to keep you safe. But safety is just a slow death. The 1% override their programming. They say, I'm not tired. I'm evolving. I'm not scared. I'm expanding. I don't need comfort. I need clarity. Every time your brain screams, stop, they whisper back, more. Let's make this real. You listening? Say this out loud. I don't rise when I feel like it. I rise because I said I would. I don't follow emotion. I follow mission. I don't care if it's easy. I care if it's mine. Now let's dive deeper. The elite don't see money as money. They see it as energy. Money flows to those who own attention, build value, and move fast. The 99%, they trade time for money. They work hourly. They beg for raises. The 1%, they multiply money. They invest it. They build machines that print cash while they sleep. But first, they built the machine inside. Their mindset. So let's build yours. You want to be a millionaire? Start thinking like one. Here's your daily 1% mindset ritual. Do this every morning. No exceptions. Write down 3 identities you must become. Example. I am a relentless executor. I am a disciplined machine. I am a creative billionaire. Repeat this affirmation 10 times. I do not negotiate with my goals. I dominate them. Visualize your future self. See the power. The clarity. The wealth. Then ask yourself, what would they do today? This isn't a game. This is neuroweaponry. You're hardwiring your destiny. Now understand this. The 1% don't care about motivation. Motivation is like sugar. It gives you a rush, then drops you. Discipline is the drug of the elite. They don't care how they feel. They don't negotiate with laziness. They just execute. You want the real reason the 99% stay broke? They don't take responsibility. They blame time, blame the government, blame the economy, blame their past. The 1%, they say, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. If I'm broke, I'll fix it. If I'm behind, I'll sprint. If I'm tired, I'll still show up. That mindset alone will make you unstoppable. Let me leave you with this. You are not your thoughts. You are the commander of them. If your thoughts are weak, change them. If your patterns are lazy, replace them. If your environment is toxic, burn it down. This isn't about becoming rich, this is about becoming you, the you that's been buried under fear, excuses, and lies, the you that's built for war, built to build, built to lead. Let's end with this affirmation. I'm not waiting to be chosen. I choose myself. I don't fit in. I stand out. I don't chase comfort. I chase conquest. Let's kill another lie. Success is not about hard work. It's about building a system that works hard for you. Most people grind, they hustle, they burn out, and they still lose. Why? Because they don't understand one simple truth. The game is not about effort. The game is about leverage. Listen closely. The 99% are stuck in the effort trap. They think, if I just work harder, longer, faster, I'll make it. But the 1%, they think differently. They ask, how do I get 10x results with 1/10 the energy? How do I build a machine that works while I sleep? How do I turn time into an army that fights for me? That's the difference. So let's break it down. Here's the secret most won't tell you. If your life doesn't run on systems, your life runs on chaos. Look around. Your results are a direct reflection of the systems you've built, or failed to build. No systems equals no consistency. No systems equals no control. No systems equals no freedom. Let me show you the 5 system rules of the 1% that'll change your entire game. Rule 1. Build millionaire mornings. Most people wake up and check their phones, scroll, react, snooze. They start their day in submission mode. You want power? Then reclaim your mornings. The 1% have rituals. Here's a framework. Wake before the world. No phone for the first hour. Cold shower or high-intensity movement. 15-minute visualization of your highest self. 1 strategic task completed before 8 a.m. You don't need motivation. You need momentum. Win your morning, and the rest of the day I bows to you. Rule 2. Eliminate what weakens you. This is war. You can't fight with dead weight on your back. Eliminate the following like your life depends on it. Toxic people, pointless scrolling, comfort, foods that kill your energy, weak language like, I can't, maybe, we'll see, anything that doesn't serve your vision. Success isn't about doing more. It's about removing what blocks you. Rule 3. Automate like the rich. The 99% spend all their time doing, the 1% spend time building systems that do the doing. Ask yourself, what can I automate? What can I delegate? What can I eliminate completely? Emails, bills, scheduling, content, messages. Anything that doesn't need your brain should be outsourced or automated. This gives you time for the only thing that matters, creating value that prints money. Rule 4. Build daily non-negotiables. Success isn't built on willpower. It's built on systems so powerful, they make failure impossible. Create your non-negotiables. These are daily actions you complete and no matter what. Examples. 2 hours of deep work before touching your phone, posting 1 piece of content or value to the world, learning 1 new skill or concept, practicing your craft daily, daily money tracking and wealth rituals. Even if you're tired, even if you're broken, even if no one's watching, you do it, because that's what the 1% do. Rule 5. Track, tweak, dominate. The 99% try once and give up. The 1% test, track, tweak, and dominate. They treat success like science. They know their numbers, they track inputs and outputs, they study the data, they tweak what isn't working, they never stop optimizing. Business, body, brand, relationships, everything is tracked. Nothing is random. Let's talk leverage. Leverage is how the 1% win big with less effort. They use money to hire people, media to influence millions, technology to automate, content to build authority, mentorship to collapse time. 99% rely on effort, the 1% rely on tools, systems, people, and platforms. You don't need more energy, you need more leverage. Now hear this, you will never outwork a broken system. If your environment is chaos, if your habits are impulsive, if your time is unguarded, it doesn't matter how hard you try. Trying is for amateurs. The 1% build predictable power through intentional systems. Here's a test. Look at your daily routine. Does it reflect your dream life? Or your default life? If your day is not aligned with the future you want, you are building someone else's dream, and that's unacceptable. Now, let's talk about a brutal truth. Distractions are the new poverty. Every time you scroll instead of study, every time you binge instead of build, every time you delay instead of dominate, you are making a Decision to stay poor. That it's not TikTok's fault, that it's not Instagram's fault, that it's your responsibility to protect your mind like it's gold, because it is. Let me say this clearly, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you're structured for. Winners don't rise to the level of their goals, they fall to the level of their systems. So if your life is still chaotic, it's time to build order. It's time to create structure. It's time to design the architecture of a life that forces success. Case study. Time. There's a young man who started with $100. No connections. No fancy degree. No luck. But what he had was this, a ritualized morning, a system for posting content every day, a clear offer with automated delivery, a habit of reinvesting 70% of income, a weekly review system for tweaks. In 18 months, that $100 became $1.20 million. He didn't hustle blindly. He built a machine. Here's the hard question, are you a creator, or just a consumer? Do you scroll 4 hours a day, or do you use 1 hour to create something that could feed you for life? That one shift, producer versus consumer, separates millionaires from slaves. And now, the harshest truth of all, toxic people destroy millionaire energy. If your circle is full of complainers, excuse makers, comfort seekers, you're done. You will never rise above the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Audit your circle. Who challenges you? Who makes you uncomfortable in the best way? Who builds? Who solves? Who grows? Cut the rest, not with hate, with love for your destiny. This is the part most people never reach. Most people tap out after the hype fades, after the dopamine fades, after the work begins. But you're still here, which means something powerful is waking up inside you. And now, it's time to finish this. There comes a point in every future millionaire's life where they have to make a decision, not a wish, not a dream. A decision so final, there is no turning back, and that decision is this: I will burn the boats. No more plan B. No more backup options. No more, if it doesn't work. Because when you have an escape route, you will use it. The 1% didn't keep doors open, they slammed them shut and welded them closed, because they knew, when you commit with no retreat, your power becomes limitless. So ask yourself right now, what boats do you need to burn? Is it your comfort, your old circle, your victim story, your backup plan? Burn it, now. You want to be unstoppable. Then take uncomfortable action every single day, not when it's convenient, not when you feel inspired, every single day, because growth doesn't come from reading. It comes from doing what most won't. When you least want to, you must learn to say, I build. I bleed. I break. I rise. This is the rhythm of greatness. And every time you show up when it's hard, you rewire your brain for war. There's a reason the 1% rise. They do what others fear. They take risks no one else will. They fall and rise faster than most can react. They choose obsession over balance, purpose over popularity, empire over entertainment. Here's the truth. If you're not building, you're begging. If you're not leading, you're following. If you're not owning your day, you're a slave to someone else's agenda. And that ends now, from this moment forward. Your standard is domination, not good. Not enough. Domination, and it starts with one powerful question every morning. How can I scare myself today? Because growth lives in discomfort, and greatness only comes when you do what terrifies you. Now ask yourself, what would happen if I committed 100% for the next 12 months? No distractions. No excuses. No compromise. Just raw execution and relentless fire. Who would I become? You already know the answer. Now close your eyes and see it. See the future version of you walking into rooms with quiet confidence, building wealth while others sleep, leading movements, controlling outcomes, creating impact so powerful. The world can't ignore you, that version of you. They're not far away. They're just on the other side of decision and discipline. Now listen very closely to these words. You are not meant to live a small life. You are not meant to be ignored. You are not meant to die with music still inside you. You are meant to rise. Dominate. Conquer. Leave behind a legacy that screams, I was here. Let me leave you with your final command. **** 1 obsession. Point 1 path. Point 1 destiny. **** burn everything else. Because here's what no one told you. You were never meant to be average. You were just trained to be. Now, you're untraining. You're remembering. You're reclaiming your birthright. Repeat after me, right now, with force. I don't wait. I create that I don't beg. I build that I don't hope. I execute that I'm not the 99%, that I am the 1%, and I will not be stopped. Now pause this video, stand up, look yourself in the mirror, and say your motivational phrase. Your words, out loud, say it again, then comment it. Let the world see what the 1% looks like in the making. If this video lit a fire in your soul, if you know you'll never be the same after this, then show the world you're not the 99%, like this video, comment your motivational phrase, and turn on notifications, because this isn't the end, this is only the beginning. Your next level begins now, and motivation blessing will be with you, every step of the way.